Well, I started this accidentally before sharing the link, so if any of you guys that are here that can share the link don't mind doing that. I goofed up. Hey, Larry. I was trying to retake the thumbnail and I accidentally hit start the stream, and there's no way to cancel it now, so caught me unprepared to get over here in my spot. You waiting for something, Zelda? You're waiting for something too, huh? But you, and you, and you too. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Yeah, they get along pretty well. Quite a contrast from how Doc acted when he first got to interact with these guys. Probably going to keep this one short and sweet tonight because I am wiped out. I've been up since, I guess my alarm went off around 6:30, and I've been on my feet walking around all day. So I'm just about out of gas. One wheat penny, $1.21 in clad. Some Egyptian motif fake jewelry. We were in kind of a seedy part of town. Didn't find too much. But I got to get out, so all that really matters. But it was just a whole lot of effort to dig $1.21 plus a wheat penny and that thing. The per hour return on investment was very small. But yeah, it was 2 quarters, 5 dimes. The rest were pennies. But I know where to go if I want to dig a bunch of change now, because, I mean, we couldn't walk 10 steps without having to stop and dig another coin. Get away from the plug, Clara. Come over here. That'd be nice. Anything silver will be great. I told the guy that I went with today that if I knew I was going to dig a mercury dime and a few wheat pennies in my yard, I would have stayed home and done that. And instead of going a couple of the places I went and struck out. But you never know until you get there what you're going to get. It's kind of part of the thrill of it. Found several other good places to go, but it's not some. A lot of them are not places you want to go by yourself. You'd want, at least one, maybe two other people with you. Montgomery has some pretty seedy areas, and a lot of the historical areas are the seedy areas, unfortunately. Melanie first acted like she wasn't really feeling like coming up here, and then she's like, well, I guess I will. I made her stay home today, so you get to watch me and the laser pointer again one more day. She'll probably come tomorrow, but she was up before I was and cooked a nice breakfast and all that before I left, so let her take the night off. What's so interesting about my hat? Or are you just waiting on this? And again, these guys act like they're a little sluggish, so they must have enjoyed their day out. Clara didn't eat much today. I'm not sure what's going on with her. Girl that came in and fed for me this morning said she didn't eat this morning, and she didn't eat very much of the wet food that I put down for her. I gave her some dry food, and I think she ate more of that than she did the wet food. I think not seeing me this morning just kind of set her tone for the day. Hey, Connie. we're doing the condensed version of the close-up tonight, so I can go home and take my shoes off and very likely eat and fall asleep in very short order. Not really sure what Lily is attempting to do on the back of my chair. A bunch of clad. There's modern coins, 1 wheat penny, and a piece of fake jewelry. Yeah, I think it's Lily is climbing around on my chair over there. He hears it and didn't know who it was, I think. But yeah, the piece of jewelry looks like an Egyptian pharaoh with some fake diamonds in it, and it's about the size of 2 quarters or something like that. It looks like it was some bling on somebody's necklace that they dropped. It's just junk, but it looked nice and it sounded nice on the detector. And when I dug the hole, I saw something really shiny. I thought I had something great. False alarm. But I got my exercise in. I don't know what Fitbit says I did today. It says 9,000 steps at the moment. That's what I was telling Larry. I mean, you never know what you're going to find until you get out there. Are you talking about from the old video, Larry? That rusted up thing that I found? The Tootsie Toy or whatever it was? I have a box of just random stuff that I've... Yeah, that was... I think that was a little earlier in the year. No, to answer your question, no, I haven't. I tried to soak it in a little bit of vinegar, which is supposed to kind of break up the rust. I did that before I built my electrolysis tank, and it didn't work too well, and I just have not put it in the electrolysis tank yet. But I've got a box of stuff that I need to go through, and a bunch of stuff that I want to clean, and if it's even worth cleaning. Some of it is just garbage. The hardest part for me is trying not to become super pack rat with it, because you'll find little pieces of copper and little pieces of brass and aluminum and all that stuff's recyclable. But do I really want giant buckets of all this stuff piled up around my house until I've got enough to make it worth taking to the scrapyard to make a few bucks on it? I don't know. Maybe when I have a bigger house and places to store things like that, but right now most of it just ends up getting tossed. But a lot of guys that do this stuff, they keep all of it. Make a couple of bucks on the back end. Hey, Priscilla. Yeah. Wouldn't make too many friends doing that. We had a joke. There was one site in particular that it was a really, really old house. half of it was a lot older than the other half. There was like half of it that was an addition, but someone in town wanted to preserve the house, and someone else had bought the piece of property that was on it. I guess they didn't care much about preserving the house. I don't know what they were going to do with it, but long story short, they moved the oldest part of the house to another piece of land, and I saw it in the news, and I got in touch with the guy that bought the land, and I was like, hey, I got a metal detector. You mind if I come out here? And he told me no. He said, I'm about to buy a metal detector. I kind of want to detect it myself. And unbeknownst to me, other people have already detected it before he bought it. I don't know if they got permission or if they just kind of slipped in there and did it. But I mean, it's over the years, it's been detected a few times. But before I knew that, my thought was, what a jerk. I should go down to the machine shop, local machine shop, and ask for all their metal shavings and just fill up a bucket and just fling it all over his yard. Metal detect that, buddy. He was fairly nice about it, but those little bitty shreds of metal are such a pain. I mean, they'll give off a good signal with the detector, and then you dig a hole and try to find it, and it's just agonizing. But I would never do anything like that. It was just a mean thought that crossed my mind. Yeah, we started probably middle of April, April 20th or somewhere thereabout. A few days before Clara's kittens were born, which was April 28th. We haven't always done these close-up streams. We started that a little later on, but we had the room cameras set up prior to these. We actually had to wait on YouTube to allow us to do these. I think we had to hit 100 subscribers or something like that. I don't remember what the criteria was. Hey, Aaron. But now we get to settle in for some really cold weather now. I think starting tomorrow, temperature is going to drop. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. And I don't know if that goes for accounts that are linked, because my other channel, I've almost started a cat live stream on it before. I don't know if it would let me follow through with it, but I just realized at the last moment I was on the wrong account before I started it. Well, if this becomes a regular thing in Alabama, I'm packing my bags. I'm moving to Florida. I want to move somewhere where it's at minimum 70 degrees and no daylight savings time. Just or however you say it, I don't know. I don't want the fall back, and just keep the spring forward all year round. Sorry, Lionel. I didn't mean to shine that right in your face. And Priscilla, I'm as ready for the new year as I can be. Well, with one exception, I have to finish some laundry before New Year's Day. And I think the saying goes you're not supposed to, or the superstition is you're not supposed to do laundry on New Year's Day. And I think I did last year. What are you eating off the floor? Hey. Nope. Stop. What is that? It's probably, yeah, one of the yards we went to today was, I mean, it hasn't rained in the last day or so, but it's like the dirt was pure mud. It's stuck to the shovel, it's stuck to your shoes and your gloves, and it was awful. And I've got some of that stuff still stuck in the treads of my shoes. I think it's slowly crumbling out, and they're finding it. What are you doing, buddy? You see it, Doc? You want that? Doc says it's his turn. And again, I had every intention of bringing a tripod so we could do the feather thing. Melanie sent me a text message and shortly after I got here and told me I left it sitting on the window ledge outside next to my truck. So one day I will get my head screwed on right and remember to bring it. Or maybe I should just order another one and leave it up here. The one I used was only $12 or $13, I think. It folds into a tripod, and otherwise it folds like kind of into a pistol grip thing, so you can hold it and move around a little easier. I just accidentally hit this button. Apparently there's all these little video effects on the app that I didn't know about. Okay, yeah, that's weird. Sorry. What are you guys doing? Hey, Lynette. Glad you made it. We're in super condensed mode, so I've gotten dirt all over the floor over here that they're just messing with. It's actually a rock. But yeah, we're doing the condensed version. We're going to wrap up here in just a couple of minutes because I'm exhausted. And I hope these guys are exhausted too, so they'll willfully go into their room and go to sleep for tonight instead of having to chase Wilson down like I normally do. Very true. No, I've just been up since early this morning, and I was tired before I came up here, and then after I came and fed everybody and scooped boxes and refilled water and all that stuff, even more tired. And there's a Zelda in the garbage can, if you can see that. You too, Aaron. I did, Lynette, all day long. Yeah, it was nice today. I mean, it was a little cool this morning, but not unbearable. Stella. Stella. I have to break this up. And watch, when I break it up, she'll lash out at Zelda. You go that way. Don't do it. Don't do it. She gets all angry and she has to take her aggression out on somebody, and she's normally pretty indiscriminate on who it is. It's just whoever gets closest to her. But now that I'm on my feet, I don't think I want to try to sit back down and then get back up again. So we'll go ahead and wrap today, and I promise I'll make this better tomorrow. I will be a lot more rested. And this one needs to eat. She didn't eat much today. Did you, Lily? So yeah, I'm going to try to corral these guys. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 9. Just doing the math. 2 permanent residents, 2 mama cats, and 5 kittens. So 5, 7, 9. But yeah, Priscilla, we do these every day. Starting next week on the 3rd, they will be most of the time 5:30ish Central Time in the afternoon. Right now I'm off work until next Wednesday, so it's kind of scatterbrained right now. But we do them every day, once a day. So if you subscribe and turn on your notifications, you'll get a notification when we go live. So I hope you'll do that, and I hope we see you again. And thank you, everybody. We'll do better tomorrow, and I hope to see everybody then. Thanks for watching.